Okay, so I really need to say this because I have nothing else to do. This weekend has been good rough, a lot of strong growing pains, and Saturday morning was awesome. I recorded a video which I have yet to upload, and I probably will end up uploading past this point. And I was all on fire about mommydom and motherhood and helping moms and just, woo, let's go tackle the world together and let's encourage one another and let's share everything. Let's put all these things out there for moms to gain information and encouragement and to be informed. And so I had recently joined a forum about breastfeeding support. Not that I personally needed it, but it was a way for me to socialize with other moms and to not put myself in a box and to just be out there, because normally I'm kind of comfortable just being to myself. That's what I do. So I went on there with the intent to just put something out there for people to consider and think about, but not to really bash people, moms specifically, about their beliefs. And I'm sharing this and I'm doing this video right now because I have no other way. I have hit a wall and I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to make it. And not that I mean harm to myself, but I'm like, Lord, I'm alone and this hurts so bad. So I go on the forum and I start a thread about, my feelings about the medical interventions that are for mothers. And I just, started this to get feedback. Does anyone feel this way? Does anyone think this way? And, I started off with that. And then I said, science and health has a place. And, I just felt that because health professionals are so busy that no one is really taking the time to care for people anymore in their practices. They don't have time. They have too many patients, and they're not looking at the root cause of the problem versus, just here's a pill for that should work. No one is understanding that, okay, well, if you have acid reflux, maybe it possibly could be linked to an imbalance in your system, in your body, that naturally could be, fixed, as an example. And I just was looking at the vaccination schedule for, babies, and it startled me because from the 1980s, when I was a child and a baby, vice versa, whatever, in one study I found it was like 10 vaccinations. Now it's like 36 to 38 by the age of 2. And to me that was concerning because that's a lot of stuff you're putting in a little body. That's and I shared on that forum in that thread that I wasn't comfortable with the amount of those high dosages being given to such a little tiny form. I wasn't comfortable with the ingredients. What do you need? I understand it's a carrier, but putting propylene glycol, or that was like the least harmful, or at least that I was concerned about. And the schedule is grueling. What does a baby need hepatitis B for unless the mom has hepatitis B? What do you need all these things? And it's a safety net. It's to get everybody just in case. But if you don't know that you have options, you don't know that you don't necessarily have to have that right then and there. That was concerning. So I shared pictures about that. I also shared a picture that stated that I'm not anti-vaccination. I'm not, saying my way is right. It was just simply, here's something to think about. Now, if you're asking me, no, my child is not vaccinated, and you can feel free to disagree with that. And if that's a hot button topic for you, oh my gosh, that's fine. I don't care. You're a mom, I'm a mom. Our duty and job is to take care of our little ones. That's it. You use cloth diapers, you use disposables, you breastfeed, you formula feed. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Those are small things in this all-encompassing thing that we need to unite together for. Solidarity, mothers. How about that? So I was sharing that was my choice based on I knew that breastfeeding would provide more antibodies to his system, which is one of the reasons why I wasn't concerned, and I'm at home. So I'm not currently working because I'm not paying for daycare, so I'm watching him. And if I was working and if he was in daycare, that would probably be a different story. But because he's in my care 24/7, I'm not concerned about that. And that was a choice. It's not, something, hoity-toity, I'm choosing not to have my child in daycare, nothing like that. That's just what I wanted to, have him close to me. And if it was possible to do, why not? So I explained that was my reasoning why. I also explained that my healthcare professional, and I chose a certified nurse midwife versus a licensed midwife because the licensed midwife is governed by the state versus a certified nurse midwife is governed by the Board of Health, which made me feel a little bit more comfortable as far as what procedures they had jurisdiction over performing in case something happened. She wanted to give me an antibiotic or flagyl for bacterial vaginosis, which is maybe a buildup of yeast, and it's not necessarily a your child's going to die thing, but it can cause problems if there's other issues. I opted to not use the antibiotic because I found that it could harm my fetus. And this is in the first trimester. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. No, thank you. I want my child to live. I don't want to have complications throughout my pregnancy. So I chose not to, but I did regulate that problem through diet and, use of probiotics, which is much better. And I also shared that, excuse me, I had to burp. I shared one that I was kind of surprised that, I wasn't getting that extra option, like, here's this prescription that I'm offering you. However, as a mom, I know these are the risks. This is what you should try to do, X, Y, Z, whatever. I don't know. On top of that, I was also talking about how in your vagina that the bacteria is beneficial and necessary as your baby passes through the birth canal to help with their immune system. It helps to strengthen their immune system, and it carries them through their adulthood. And throughout this post, I just shared and I shared and I shared, hey moms, no judgment. However you chose to bring your child into the world, be proud of that. And, I was just putting it out there that I wasn't condemning anybody for the decisions that they made or saying that my birth was better or whatever. And, I said I was, fortunate to have the vaginal unmedicated birth, but I used it to clarify, the effectiveness of not having the antibiotics or whatever. So to kind of, tie that statement in that I didn't take it. This is the birth that I had, and this is the result that I had from having it this way. I just profusely was trying to stay, no judgment, whatever you choose. And as far as the vaccine schedule, I also implied that, hey, our economy and our world isn't the same that it was 30 years ago. So our food quality is piss poor, and therefore we're missing key nutrients in our food. So that's another reason why many of us in general are having health issues, because we're lacking the organic sulfur, for one, that used to be in the soil when they just use fertilizer, but now not everything, but the majority of it is synthetic, which is unfortunate. If you are interested in finding out more about how you can increase that sulfur, look up MSM, or organic sulfur powder. I think the brand is Jared. It's a yellow label with black lettering. Very effective. Just look up M as in Mary, S as in Sam, M as in Mary, MSM. It's a really long word, so I can't remember exactly what it was to tell you. But it's an organic sulfur that helps to alleviate your body of the toxins and helps get oxygen to your cell. It helps with joints. It helps with repairing of collagen in the skin for anti-aging or acne scarring, which is why I first was initially interested in it. So this is just a side note for you to consider. I feel so much better talking to you, so thank you for listening. Because I just didn't know what I was going to do. I was like, I need my mom. I need to go home. This is rough. So with all that being said, I shared it in love. I shared it with the best of intentions, and I tried my darndest to share it in a way that people knew I wasn't attacking or condemning. And the response that I got wasn't one of understanding, but not really reading or listening, not hearing, and not that you can hear a letter, but not really reading fully my intent of the post. And it was pretty much, accusational that, how dare you? And I'm paraphrasing. And, whatever. It wasn't helpful. It was, for a lack of a better term, more of just a vile burst of emotion of a reply. And I tried, I was cordial, and I just said, okay, I, honor your comment. Thank you for your response. And another person was like, pretty much the same thing. And this is what I am talking about when I say that there is no support for mothers. We have support groups. There is support overall, but on an individual level, we do not embrace each other. If you agree with what I agree with, we're cool. but we have yet to get to a place where that transcends however you choose to raise your child, working at home or, you know, working outside of the home or staying at home, breastfeeding versus formula fed, cloth diaper versus disposable, vaccine versus non-vaccine, organic versus GMO, whatever. Time out versus spanking, all that. We all divide ourselves over these small, stupid, foolish things that, in the big essence of life, do nothing to help us help each other out. I was so hurt that I left the group. I could not see myself I couldn't see myself communicating or joining myself in a thread and in a forum where there was not solidarity across the board. And because I did not have the opportunity to, no one had the opportunity to hear my words. They could only read it. So therefore, they couldn't see fully where I was coming from. And I, you know, before I decided not to be a part of that forum anymore, I did follow up and just say, hey, ladies, that was not my intent. And I stated through the whole thing that that was not my intent. And I did not apologize because there was nothing to apologize for. I had only hoped that through this whole, you know, thread, that hopefully we as women could be united in celebrating the differences of each other, not having to agree with them. So this brings me to the point of creating this video, that you want to know why women don't talk about postpartum depression. You want to know why women are afraid to share their mistakes with each other. You want to know why women walk around pretty much in the dark and none of this information goes exposed. It's because we don't love each other enough to say, you know what, you're okay. However you choose to raise your child, you are okay. So I thank you so much for watching this. It was a blessing to my own heart, because a few minutes before I was crying and hurt and angry that I as a woman could not express myself to another woman. I as a mother couldn't express myself to another mom freely without anything she disagreed with being challenged. We gotta stop this. Who cares? Low income, high class suburbia. If you're a mom, we're in this together. It can be done. But being a mother is a rough, hard, it's a rough job. And if you do not have the support system, my God, I am with you. My heart goes out to you. If you do not have the support system, woman, you are not alone. Please know that you are honored. Please know that you are respected. Please know that you are the SHIT. That without you, things wouldn't get done. So together, women, please, Let's love on each other. Please. If you see a mom and her son is wearing a dress, who cares? Salute that mom for being bold enough and brave enough to living her choice. Who cares? Why does this stuff matter? Our job is to raise healthy babies into healthy children who will one day become healthy adults by the grace of God. Please, let's love on one another in spite of our differences. Thanks for watching.